Hello readers, today we are working on the strategy, does it sound right? When we do this, we want to try to give a word from the same group. Each of these post-its is a group. We have the action group, thing group, person group, or a place group. So does it sound right means that we want to give a substitution or a correct word to make it sound right. For example, would I say, I ran to the apple? That wouldn't make sense because in that sentence, I would need a place word. When we do this strategy, we also have to consider doing this strategy. Does it look right? We have to look at the letters and think of the sounds that it makes. Okay, let's give it a try. We are going to revisit the book, Zots Goes to School. Abby and Zots are best friends. Zots is from outer space. I want to go to school, says Zots. How'd I do? Good? Thumbs up? Okay. The bell rings. Zots yells. It's time to learn, Abby says. Hey, why are you giving me a thumbs down? It sounds right. The bell rings. Zots yells. Oh. I said the word yells. It sounds right. I need an action word there because Zots is doing something. But does it look right? I said the word yell. Yeah. That's the letter Y. Here I have SCR. Skr. Screams. Screams. I can look at this picture and say, what are the words to describe what Zots is doing? He's screaming, right? Let's go back and revisit that. Zots screams. That sounds right and it looks right. It's time to learn, Abby says. The teacher talks. Zots burps. It's time to listen, Abby says. The students write. Zots snores. It's time to work, Abby says. How am I doing? Thumbs up? Okay. The students read. Zots talks. It's time to focus, Abby says. The students' music. Zots hums. Why are you giving me a thumbs down? The students' music. Right? That sounds right. No? Well, that's what they're doing. Right. Yeah, it doesn't sound right. Can students music? You can't do music. Even though that's what the picture looks like. Let's look at the letters and think about what would sound right. The students, I need an action word because the students are doing something. Sing. Does that sound right? Yes, it does. The students are doing an action here, so I need an action word. And then I also have to think what would look right. The students' music begins with an M. Here I have the letter S. So I have to remember to do those two strategies. The students sing, Zots hums. It's time to try, Abby says. The students paint, Zots eats. It's time to behave, Abby says. The bell rings. Zots, here's that word again, screams. It's time to play, Abby says. This is my favorite time, says Zots. Well, that was a little tricky today, readers, wasn't it? We had to do two strategies. Not only do we ask ourselves, does it sound right? Are we putting in a word from the same group that should be there? But we also have to check, does it look right? And sometimes that can be our clue. Okay, readers, so when you go off today and you get stuck on a word, that's what I want you to try. I want you to try working on this strategy. Does it sound right? But remember, also ask yourself, does it look right? Okay, readers, off you go.